Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Modern Warfare 3. Do you guys remember back towards the very beginning of December when Activision said they were going to talk to us about skill-based matchmaking? Well, here we are. It's almost February. They have not mentioned anything whatsoever, but they did put out a new blog post today, so I thought to myself, all right, let's check that out. I'm sure it's going to be something interesting. The Anti-Toxicity / Disruptive Behavior Progress Report for Modern Warfare 3 Season 2. My God, man, what a slow news day this is apparently, because this is going to be the big news. They're still cracking down on voice chat moderation as compared to addressing things like skill-based matchmaking or the other plethora of issues that Modern Warfare 3 has. Oh no, we got to start talking about the toxicity that goes on in Call of Duty. And it's actually kind of funny. They talk about this here, but it's negatively impacting players in a lot of ways, which we will be covering here in this video. But let's hear what Activision has to say right here. Call of Duty continues its commitment to creating welcoming player communities by combating toxicity and disruptive behavior through technology and human moderation. They went through today, they actually updated the code of conduct to treat everyone with respect as a pillar to it, which says right here, we do not tolerate bullying or harassment, including derogatory comments based on race, gender identity or expression, sexual orientation, age, culture, faith, mental or physical abilities, or country of origin, or the amplification of any person, agenda, or movement that promotes discrimination or violence based on the above. All members of our community should be treated with dignity and respect. Communication with others, whether using text or voice chat, must be free of offensive or harmful language. Hate speech and discriminatory language is offensive and unacceptable, as is harassment and threatening another player. Now, on the surface, all this sounds fine. Basically, what they're saying is just don't be a dick, right? And then they go further on here, but they say that they have had more than 2 million accounts that have seen in-game enforcement for disruptive voice chat based on the Call of Duty code of conduct. And examining month-over-month data, Call of Duty saw an 8% reduction of repeat offenders since rolling out of an in-game voice chat moderation. Now, if you guys didn't know about this, they are listening to you anytime you talk in-game. What they do with that is anytime you say anything in the game, it's being logged down. They have all of your voice logs basically anytime you've ever said anything within Modern Warfare 3, and as such, if somebody reports you or if it happens to show up on their desk somehow, then they can ban you, they can get you in trouble, they can take away your account, they can give you a comms ban, they might do a number of things, right? Bless you. The issue being, this is AI, this is Big Brother kind of like listening into conversations, and there have been plenty of people out there, I would say tens of thousands actually, who have been comms banned even though they didn't really do anything wrong. Now, this is the COD community we're talking about here. I mean, you need only hop into a game of Search and Destroy to hear the most outlandish shit you'll ever hear in your life. I mean, the things I've learned about my mother since I started playing COD is ridiculous. It was mind-blowing. But the system here is also flawed because it's so broad, the entire spectrum is so broad in terms of what could be considered offensive to the AI moderation within Call of Duty, that people just dropping simple swear words, like I've said a couple of them here in this video, and that could potentially get me banned depending on what the AI thinks or what people in the lobby think. It says right there, communication with others, whether using text or voice chat, must be free of offensive or harmful language. Okay, harmful language is one thing. It's going back to everything they're talking about with like age, faith, gender, race, things like that. That all makes sense, but they also say things like physical or mental abilities. So, you know, if you're just playing Search and Destroy, you're spectating the last person alive, they end up seeing the last guy on the other team, but they don't actually see them. They miss them and they keep on running, then they get shot in the back. If you say in voice chat, are you blind? Is that offensive now? Is that something that can get people banned? If you're using a gun that you don't like and you're like, man, this gun is shitty or this map sucks or whatever, can that also get you in trouble? Like, everything here is so broad spectrum that it can definitely be abused, whether through people mass reporting, like the entire enemy team just mass reporting you because they didn't like you because you were doing the best, or it could also be abused via the AI listening in on your conversations all the time that you're having with your buddies in game chat or the people even on the other team, and then misinterpreting the context of what was happening there and then getting you in trouble in that respect, right? Now, they do say that oftentimes they're going to go through and do a manual review of when these people get banned, but that's not necessarily true because a buddy of mine, this has happened, I've seen a number of YouTubers talking about it as well, but a buddy of mine who plays, you'll sometimes see him in my videos, he never speaks in game chat. We just talk in Discord. Like, yeah, I don't even know if he has push to talk even set up yet, but he got comms banned in Modern Warfare 3, despite the fact that he's never spoken a word into game chat. Like, how does that work? Like, how much does this moderation system, how much does this AI actually listen to everything? Like, if you have COD open, is it listening to you like 24/7? Is it banning people based on stuff they're saying in Discord? I don't know. There's a bunch of content creators out there as well that had the same issue. And sometimes content creators, let's be honest here, it's the COD community. People are shitty sometimes, but these are content creators out there that are also being comms banned, despite the fact that they never speak in game chat either. They're just like playing the game or doing whatever, but because they're recognized as a content creator, people might report them just to troll them, just to mess with them, and then now suddenly they're banned, and there's nothing they did wrong, but there's nothing they can do about it either. They can try to appeal it, but you know, the entire system itself is just so, it's in its infantile stage right now. They're just rolling it out. But here's my thing, man, like, if they're saying that like repeat offenders is down 8%, then they say that apparently Call of Duty saw a 50% reduction in players exposed to severe instances of disruptive voice chat since Modern Warfare 3's launch. Even if all of that is true, is that worth like everything that they're putting into the system right now? Because if anything, it's a system that can be abused. It's a system that makes people afraid to speak in voice chat, which, I mean, how many times have you guys played COD and there's just nobody speaking on either team? All you hear is the one guy with a really open mic, and you can hear like the TV in the background of his mic, or you hear his parents getting divorced or something like that happening. Like, in general, people don't actually talk in game chat anymore. I think a lot of people are afraid to talk in game chat because they're worried they might get banned for one reason or another, or lose their account based on some AI algorithm misinterpreting the context of what they were saying. It just seems like they're putting all this time and effort into this right here as compared to fixing the actual issues with the game itself. You know what I mean? And that goes back full circle to what I said here at the very beginning of the video. Skill-based matchmaking has still not been addressed. It's almost been 2 months, but they're like, hey, people aren't being as mean online anymore, so that's a good thing. It's weird, man. It seems like Activision does not really have their priorities straight. But then again, maybe it's a PR move, honestly, at the end of the day. Maybe they're trying to clean up their act there. Maybe they're trying to save some face now that Microsoft has taken over, because not only is Call of Duty kind of known for being sort of toxic, but then again, like, every online FPS game is pretty damn toxic. Overwatch is actually terrible. I don't know if you guys ever played that, but like, all these games are kind of known for being toxic, but with all the allegations and all the things that were happening internally at Activision over the past couple of years, all those lawsuits and all that stuff, maybe this is like their way of trying to save face from all that stuff that happened in an effort to try to make Activision Blizzard look like a better studio going forward. That could be the case. We're not entirely sure, but regardless, guys, we still haven't heard about skill-based matchmaking, but hell hath no fury if you accidentally call somebody on the other team a cunt while playing COD. You know, it just, I don't know. It just seems like their priorities are kind of crazy. They're kind of all over the place here, and just, it's weird. So I want to make a video on that here today. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Definitely let me know your thoughts and feedback on all this down there in the comments, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.